Good evening and welcome to the Channel Studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. Dozens of people have died in Canada amid an unprecedented heat wave that has broken temperature records. Police in the Vancouver area have responded to more than 130 sudden deaths since Friday. Most were elderly or had underlying health conditions, with heat often a contributing factor. Canada broke its temperature record for a third straight day on Tuesday, with 49.6 degrees recorded in British Columbia. Experts say climate change is expected to increase the frequency of extreme weather events such as heat waves. North Korean state media has reported that leader Kim Jong-un has berated top officials over lapses which caused a grave incident related to COVID-19. It was a rare sign of the pandemic's severity in North Korea, which previously insisted it had no COVID cases, a claim doubted by experts. The country had closed its borders to keep out the virus, but this has led to food shortages and a worsening economy coupled with international sanctions. Mr. Kim previously admitted there was a tense food situation and told citizens to prepare for the worst. The US military could complete its withdrawal from Afghanistan within days amid increasing Taliban battlefield gains.
This is an opportunity, to talk to the Afghan people as well.
US officials said some US forces were expected to stay to protect the US embassy and Kabul airport. The reports come as a top US commander warned the country risked sliding into civil war as the last US troops leave. Fighting has surged since the US began withdrawing last month, with the Taliban seizing swathes of territory. President Biden has set a deadline of September the 11th for US troops to fully withdraw. Residents of a Florida apartment building that collapsed last week had received a letter in April warning of worsening structural damage. The letter, obtained and reported by US media, was sent by the president of the Apartment Blocks Building Association. It said damage that was first reported in 2018 had gotten significantly worse and would soon begin to multiply without immediate repairs. At least 12 people have been killed and 149 more are still missing in the collapse. The letter is the latest in a string of documents that have emerged, providing evidence that the building had structural issues. Russia's president has accused the UK and US military of staging what he called a complex provocation. It's after British warship HMS Defender sailed near the coast of Russian-annexed Crimea. Vladimir Putin says it was part of an attempt to set up military bases in or near Ukraine and alleges a US spy plane was part of the operation too. The Royal Navy has rejected the Russian account of what happened. At least 7 migrants, one of them pregnant, have drowned after a boat carrying them capsized 5 miles off the Italian island of Lampedusa. About 10 other people are missing, according to the local prosecutor. The migrants are believed to have started their journey in Tunisia, and Coast Guard units managed to rescue about 46 other migrants from the 8-metre-long boat after it overturned. Hundreds of activists, along with families of drug war victims, have protested near the presidential palace in the Philippines' capital as Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte enters his final year in office. Activists marched in the capital Manila as they called for justice for the thousands that have been killed. Human rights groups accuse Mr. Duterte of inciting deadly violence and say police have murdered unarmed suspects and staged crime scenes on a massive scale. Indonesia's state-owned Garuda airline is giving out free COVID-19 vaccinations for passengers in the capital's international airport. At least 20 passengers were inoculated with the Chinese-made Sinovac vaccine on the first day of the program. There is capacity for up to 200 shots to be administered per day. The free vaccine only applies to domestic travellers who can get their second shot anywhere, as it's data recorded by the Ministry of Health. Indonesia has reported record daily COVID-19 infections of more than 20,000 in recent days. And finally, a Picasso painting stolen 9 years ago from Greece's National Gallery has survived a mishap after it was recovered by police. The painting was perched on a table during a presentation, but at one point it slipped to the floor. Despite falling to the floor, it doesn't appear to have been damaged. Greek authorities say a 49-year-old man has confessed to the theft of 2 paintings from the country's National Gallery 9 years ago. And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the Channel Studios in Lagos.